Who will truly stand by you after 70? When we're young, it seems obvious who'll be there for us: family, old friends, the people we've trusted for years. But as we reach 70 and beyond, life shifts. People get busy, priorities change, and sometimes those we expected to rely on are no longer as present. This isn't about blaming others. It's about understanding that true stability often comes from within, and from building a new kind of support. In this video, we'll explore 7 essential pillars that can become more dependable than family as we age. These pillars help you stay emotionally strong, spiritually centered, and practically prepared. They're not here to replace anyone you love, but to ensure you're never left feeling powerless, forgotten, or alone. Because growing older doesn't mean becoming weaker, it means becoming wiser. And when you learn where to lean, you gain peace, confidence, and a deep sense of belonging. Stay with me to the end. These 6 pillars may change how you think about support forever. Let's begin together. Number 1. Your emotional resilience. Life never stops testing us, no matter how many years we've lived. After 60, the nature of the challenges may shift, but they don't disappear. Friendships may fade. Loved ones may pass on. Health may waver. And sometimes the world feels quieter, lonelier than it once did. The truth is, no matter how much support you have from others, your greatest source of strength will always be the resilience you build within yourself. Emotional resilience, the ability to adapt, to process, to find peace even when storms rage, is what keeps you moving forward when life refuses to follow the path you hoped for. Too many people rely solely on family for emotional support, believing that children, siblings, or close relatives will always be there to soothe their sorrows. And while love is enduring, reality often looks different. Everyone carries their own burdens, their own battles, their own private aches. This doesn't mean they love you less. It simply means that sometimes they may not have the time, the space, or the strength to be your sole pillar of emotional support. And that's why cultivating your own emotional resilience is so essential. Take Irene's story. At 75, after losing her beloved husband of 40 years, Irene found herself heartbroken and adrift. At first, she leaned heavily on her children for comfort, and they tried with all their love. But slowly, Irene realized their lives were full: jobs, families, young children, and their ability to be her emotional anchor was limited. So she made a choice, a brave, tender choice. Instead of letting grief swallow her, she decided to nurture her own strength. She joined a support group where others understood her journey. She began journaling, pouring out her heart onto the page. She practiced daily gratitude, finding small moments of beauty even amidst sorrow. And slowly, a quiet miracle happened. Irene discovered she didn't need someone else to fix her sadness. She had the power to heal herself. Emotional resilience isn't about pretending to be strong. It's not about hiding your pain behind a smile. True resilience means feeling deeply, but not being defeated. It's about acknowledging your sorrow, your anger, your fear, and then moving through it with compassion for yourself. It's about finding healthy outlets, writing in a journal, practicing mindfulness or meditation, seeking the comfort of therapy or support groups, walking in nature, talking to trusted friends or mentors. Resilience means you learn to sit with your feelings without drowning in them, and over time, you build an inner sanctuary that no storm can destroy. No matter what life sends your way, your ability to steady. Number 2. Your ability to adapt. If there is one unchanging truth about life after 60, it's this: everything changes. People change. Circumstances shift. The structures and routines you once counted on may no longer be as reliable as they once were. The key to not just surviving, but thriving at this stage of life is not about clinging tightly to the past. It's about your ability to adapt. Those who struggle most with aging are often the ones who resist change, who try to freeze life in place, mourning what was instead of embracing what is. But those who learn to bend, to stay open-hearted, to welcome new possibilities, are the ones who discover joy, fulfillment, and meaning in every season of life. Many people believe that by the time they reach their 70s or 80s, they are set in their ways. But that belief, although understandable, can quietly steal the richness from your later years. It can close doors before you even realize they were open. Being adaptable doesn't mean giving up on what matters to you. It means staying flexible. It means learning to grow with change, not shrink from it. Think about Frank, a spirited 75-year-old man who spent most of his life surrounded by a close circle of friends. When many of those friends moved away or passed on, Frank felt adrift. At first he thought, "I guess this is just how it is when you get older." But then, instead of resigning himself to loneliness, he decided to adapt. He learned how to use video calls to stay connected with family scattered across the country. He joined an online discussion group centered around his passion for history, and in the process he made new friends who shared his interests. Frank's life didn't shrink, it evolved. And in that evolution he found new sources of laughter, connection, and purpose. The people who thrive after 60 aren't the ones with the most wealth or the largest families. They are the ones who remain curious. They are the ones who stay willing to try, to learn, to open their arms to the unknown. When a door closes, they look for another. When relationships change, they find new ways to connect. When life demands something different, they rise to meet it. Your ability to adapt will be one of the greatest pillars of strength you will ever build. It allows you to walk through life with resilience, with optimism, and with a confidence that doesn't depend on everything going perfectly. It transforms change from something to fear into something to embrace. Because every stage of life, including this one, has new gifts to offer, if you're willing to receive them. If you're still journeying with me through these pillars, comment pillar 2 below. It lets me know you're embracing this new vision for your life. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I warmly invite you to join our growing community. Every step we take together builds a stronger, richer future. Now, when you're ready, let's continue to the next pillar of lasting support. Number 3. Your legacy. As you reflect on your life, one of the most powerful pillars you can build is the legacy you leave behind. After 60, many people begin to think about what they have contributed, how they've impacted others, and how they will be remembered. But a legacy is not just about leaving something for others, it's about leaving something of yourself in the world that continues to grow, evolve, and inspire long after you're gone. A legacy isn't just the wealth or possessions you pass down. It's the wisdom you share, the kindness you show, the love you give, and the impact you have on the lives of others. Think of someone like Thomas, a 72-year-old man who spent his life working in a modest job, raising his children with love and care. As he approached his later years, he began to think about the stories, the lessons, the little moments that mattered most. Instead of feeling overwhelmed by the idea of leaving a grand legacy, Thomas focused on the simple, powerful ways he had already influenced those around him. He started sharing his life lessons with his grandchildren, teaching them how to fish, how to build things with their hands, and how to approach life with integrity and gratitude. He wrote down stories from his childhood and his own father's wisdom, passing those down like treasured heirlooms. Over time, Thomas realized that his legacy wasn't something he needed to create. It was something that was already unfolding through the love, wisdom, and moments he had shared throughout his life. A legacy is built every day, through every choice, every conversation, every act of kindness. It's the way you inspire others to live with courage, compassion, and purpose. So ask yourself, what values do I want to pass on? How do I want to impact the lives of those around me? What do I want my story to be? The greatest legacies are often the quietest ones. They are the lessons shared over cups of tea, the encouragement offered in moments of doubt, the quiet acts of generosity, and the kindness passed along without expectation. Your legacy is not something that is written at the end of your life. It is something you are writing right now with every decision you make and every person you touch. Number 4. Your physical health. There is one thing in life that no amount of love, no amount of money, and no amount of support from others can ever replace: your health. After 60, your body becomes either your greatest ally or your greatest burden. You can build financial security, surround yourself with caring people, and have the best intentions in the world, but if your health falters, your freedom slips quietly away. The hard truth is, even those who love you most cannot live a healthy life for you. They cannot walk the steps you refuse to walk. They cannot choose nourishing meals on your behalf. They cannot turn back the clock. That responsibility rests entirely in your hands. Sadly, too many people neglect their health, assuming that when the time comes, someone, perhaps a child, a spouse, a friend, will be there to care for them. But even with all the love in the world, life is demanding. Your family may have jobs, young children, or health struggles of their own. They may not have the capacity to be your daily caregiver. And depending on others for your basic well-being, it often leads to something even more painful than physical decline. It leads to feeling powerless. This is why investing in your health today is one of the most important gifts you can give yourself for tomorrow. Consider the story of Carl, a vibrant man in his younger years, full of energy and spirit. But after retirement, he slowed down. Days spent on the couch turned into years. "I'll get back in shape soon," he thought. But soon never came. One day, Carl realized that getting up from a chair was a challenge. His walks became shorter. His world, once full of possibilities, started to shrink. His children visited when they could, but their visits couldn't rebuild the strength he had lost. It was then that Carl understood. Independence doesn't come from love alone, it comes from effort. Not next year. Not someday. No. You don't have to become a marathon runner. You don't have to chase impossible goals. Small, consistent actions make a world of difference. Move your body every day, even if it's just a walk around the block. Choose foods that fuel your energy, not deplete it. Take those routine checkups seriously. And please don't dismiss the small warning signs. The persistent aches, the shortness of breath, the sudden fatigue. Your body whispers before it shouts. Every healthy choice you make today is a powerful investment in the future freedom you deserve. Because at the end of the day, your strongest pillar of support will not be your children, will not be your friends. It will be your own ability to remain strong, active, and capable. The more you care for your health today, the less you will need to rely on anyone else tomorrow. And the more joy, dignity, and true independence you will carry with you into every new season of life. If you're still with me on this journey, I'd love for you to comment Pillar 4 below. It lets me know you're here walking this path with intention. And if you haven't subscribed yet, now's a wonderful time. Hit that bell so you don't miss the next steps we're going to take together. Now, when you're ready, let's move forward to the next essential pillar. Number 5. Your financial stability. As you journey through your 70s and beyond, one truth becomes undeniable. The most reliable support you will ever have is not a person, it's your financial independence. Money in itself doesn't buy happiness. But what it does offer is security, freedom, and peace of mind, 3 things that become more precious with each passing year. When we are young, it's easy to assume that family will always be there to catch us if we fall. But life, as many of us have learned, doesn't always follow the plans we made in our hearts. Our children grow up, take on their own burdens, and face their own storms. Even the deepest love cannot always erase financial reality. Think about Walter, a kind, generous man who spent his life supporting his children through every milestone, helping with college tuition, lending a hand with first homes, stepping in whenever life knocked them down. He believed deep down that if ever he stumbled, they would do the same for him. But at 75, when an unexpected medical crisis wiped out his savings, Walter found himself in a different reality. His children cared deeply, but they were drowning in their own responsibilities. Mortgages, rising costs, young families of their own. It wasn't a matter of love, it was a matter of survival. Life is unpredictable. And love, while eternal, cannot always solve practical needs. That's why your financial stability must become one of the strongest pillars you build. Not because you seek to stand apart from your family, but because you honor their journey by standing strong in yours. Financial stability isn't about being wealthy. It's about being prepared. It's about having a safety net that doesn't fray when life tugs at it. It's about having steady, reliable income streams, an emergency fund, and a clear, compassionate understanding of how to manage what you have, so that you are never left feeling powerless or dependent. If you are in your 70s, or well beyond, now is the time to pause and reflect. Do I have enough savings to weather an unexpected storm? Is my retirement income stable and diversified? Have I minimized financial risks that could leave me vulnerable? If the answer to any of these questions gives you pause, it's not too late to act. You can start today by budgeting wisely, eliminating unnecessary debt, and investing thoughtfully in your future stability. You are not too old to learn new strategies or to make powerful, life-changing decisions. At the end of the day, your financial security is a silent companion, steady, faithful, and unwavering. When life challenges you, and it will, it is this pillar that will hold you up, allowing you to face the world with dignity, grace, and freedom. Take care of your future self, just as tenderly as you once cared for everyone else. Number 6. Your sense of purpose. As we move beyond 60, one of the most important sources of strength we can cultivate doesn't come from another person. It comes from within. It is our sense of purpose. Life changes after retirement. The roles that once anchored our identity, being a parent, a worker, a caregiver, may begin to fade. Children grow independent. Careers end. The pace of life slows. And without something meaningful to move toward, it's easy to begin feeling invisible, unneeded, even lost. Here's a truth worth remembering. No matter how much your family loves you, they cannot hand you a sense of purpose. It's something you must lovingly and intentionally build for yourself. Purpose is the spark that keeps your spirit vibrant. It's what gets you out of bed in the morning with energy and excitement. It keeps your mind sharp, your emotions steady, and your heart engaged with life. Without it, days can feel hollow, like you're simply passing time instead of living it. Consider George's story. At 70, George retired from a long, successful career as an engineer. At first, retirement felt like a dream. No deadlines, no stress. But soon restlessness crept in. His days began to feel empty, his time heavy with silence. His children visited when they could, but their lives were full and busy. George realized something essential was missing. Not companionship, not money, but purpose. So he decided to act. He began volunteering at a local school, teaching young children how to build things with their hands, passing on not just knowledge but confidence and wonder. Almost overnight, George's life reignited. He wasn't just living, he was contributing, and he felt alive again. Your purpose doesn't have to come from a career or grand mission. It can be anything that makes your heart light up. Learning a new skill, mentoring someone younger, gardening, painting, writing, traveling to places you've always dreamed of, setting small, personal goals and celebrating every achievement. It's about doing something that feeds your soul and reminds you every day that you are still growing, still giving, still deeply needed in this world. If you've been feeling lately that your best days are behind you, let me gently assure you, they are not. Your purpose doesn't disappear with age, it evolves. It deepens. The more you invest in finding meaning and joy in your daily life, the less you will need to lean on others for your sense of happiness. You become your own source of light, steady, resilient, and strong. Because at the end of the day, the greatest support you can ever have isn't someone holding your hand. It's the fire within you, the quiet, steady flame, that pushes you forward with hope and courage. If you're still walking this journey with me, please comment pillar 6 below. I would love to know you're here, embracing this beautiful chapter of your life. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I warmly invite you to do so. It's one simple step that helps us continue creating content that uplifts and empowers you. Now take a deep breath, and when you're ready, let's continue to the next pillar together. Number 7. Your social circle. One of the quietest dangers we face as we age is isolation. It doesn't happen all at once. Friends move away. Loved ones pass on. Schedules get busy. And before you even realize it, the vibrant circle you once had has faded, leaving more silence than company. And make no mistake, loneliness after 60 isn't just an emotional ache, it's a serious health risk. It can erode your mental sharpness, sap your energy, increase your risk of illness, and even shorten your lifespan. Loneliness is not just sadness. It's a slow, silent thief of vitality. You might think, well, I have my family. They'll keep me company. And while that love is real and deep, it's not enough on its own. Your children, no matter how much they care, have their own busy lives. Careers, raising their children, managing the demands of their world. Their love remains, but their time becomes scarce. This is why one of the most important pillars you can build for yourself is your social circle. The friends who check in, the neighbors who share a warm smile, the community that reminds you, day by day, that you are never alone. Consider the story of Margaret. At 73, she had spent her life wrapped in family, 2 wonderful sons who adored her. But as time passed, their visits became rare, their phone calls more spaced out, not because they stopped caring, but because life swept them along in its relentless current. Margaret waited by the phone. She waited for company. She waited for someone else to fill the silence. And then one day she decided she wouldn't wait anymore. She joined a local book club. She started reconnecting with old friends. She volunteered at the community center, even signed up for a painting class, something she had always wanted to try. Slowly her world brightened. Her days filled with laughter, conversations, and new friendships. She didn't lose her family, she simply expanded her circle so that her happiness didn't rest on 1 or 2 people alone. Friendships, community groups, even casual acquaintances at your local coffee shop. These connections are not luxuries. They are necessities. They give you something priceless, a sense of belonging. Whether it's a neighbor you wave to, a group you meet at the library, a fitness class, or a simple weekly coffee with a friend, each connection is a thread that strengthens the fabric of your emotional health. So today ask yourself, who brings energy and joy into my life? Who lifts my spirit just by being near? Am I open to making new connections? If your answers are uncertain, don't be discouraged. It simply means it's time to reach out. Smile at a neighbor. Join a group. Try something new. It's never too late to weave new friendships into the beautiful tapestry of your life. Because at the end of the day, a strong social circle isn't about filling time, it's about filling your heart. It's about feeling seen, heard, and valued at every stage of life. Final thoughts. As we reflect on these 7 pillars, it's important to remember that life after 70 is not about looking back or trying to hold on to the past. It's about embracing what's possible right now. The power lies in your ability to adapt, your resilience, your relationships, your health, your purpose, and ultimately your ability to continue growing. The journey ahead of you is rich with opportunities to create new connections, to find new passions, and to live with a sense of peace and fulfillment that only comes from knowing that you have everything you need inside you. Every step you take toward building these pillars strengthens not just your present, but the legacy you'll leave behind. You are more capable than you realize. Your best days are not behind you, they are ahead of you. If you found value in these insights, I invite you to take a moment and reflect on the pillars that resonate most with you. Which one will you focus on today to start building your life with even more strength and purpose? Please comment below and share your thoughts. I'd love to hear from you. If you haven't subscribed yet, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss more videos designed to inspire and empower you at every stage of life. Let's continue this journey together. Remember, the best is yet to come.